I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm going to provide some unsolicited, unpopular advice as to why carnivores are going back to carbs. And it's not for energy. It's not that the body needs carbs. I'm going to tell you why carnivores are losing their carnivore edge. You ready? I'm going to put a trigger warning on this because this is going to upset some people and ruffle some feathers, but you know that's what I'm here for. Many carnivores are losing their edge and they're adding carnivores because they're replacing their beef, butter, bacon, and eggs with things like creme brulee. They're making carnivore pancakes now. I saw one creator who made a carnivore apple pie out of carnivore bars. You're losing your edge because you're adding non-carnivore foods. One of my people that I follow on here who doesn't give a rip added honey to his, I don't know, cottage cheese or fruit, or he added something to his meat, something. And then he says, one thing I was missing from carnivore was flavor. And I commented on his post, brother, you're not missing flavor. You tasted that honey and now you want sugar. Don't confuse flavor with that you get from seasonings with honey. So carnivores are on this slippery slope where they're adding non-carnivore things. So now a bunch of your hardcore carnivores are soft as a baby's bottom. They're slipping. They're losing their edge because now they're venturing into the desserts. They're venturing into the creams and the sauces. It's not carnivore. And many of them are going to lose the battle, just like I predicted like 3 months ago. I predicted that carnivores are they're not going to be carnivore for long. I see carnivores now taking adaptogens. Adaptogens are typically made from mushrooms and other vegetables. So carnivores are losing their edge. They still want to be in this elite community called carnivore, but creme brulee is not carnivore. What's definitely not carnivore is that apple pie made with carnivore bars. Pancakes. Y'all are using panko bread, not panko, sorry. Y'all are using pork rinds. Y'all are eating bacon every day. Y'all are eating low quality, inferior foods, and then you're putting a dessert on top of it. It's not that you need carbs for fuel and energy, because you don't. You've proven that by your 18 months, 6 months, 2 years of carnivore. The problem is you've gone soft. You've gone soft. Many of you are adding allulose. And now, once you were off of dairy wasn't carnivore. Now, I believe raw dairy is carnivore. But now y'all are doing the cottage cheese and the sour cream, and y'all are doing a little bit of the allulose. You're getting soft, and you're going backwards. You're going backwards. Typically, when you start a lifestyle, you start off with the cream sauces and the trying to replicate the standard American diet in a low-carb way. That's how you start off. That's how I started off. I started off trying to make everything low-carb that I liked. And you know what? That lasted for maybe a year. But as I got solidified and strong in my position of low-carb, a lot of those things fell by the wayside. I don't like creams and sauces, and I like clean now. And y'all are going in the opposite direction. You started off gung-ho, carnivore, beef, butter, steak. But see, y'all are not adding things like organ meat. You're not adding things like seafood and more fish. You're not getting deeper in carnivore. You're leaving carnivore. You're adding the sauces and the creams and different things. And at your stage of carnivore, you should not be going backwards. Every big carnivore person I see, big in their own eyes maybe, When you look on YouTube, everybody's making desserts. Everybody's pushing a carnivore dessert. Cream brulee. I see all kinds of stuff. Chicken Alfredo. What the freak is that? That's not carnivore. They're making sauces. Making carnivore crack. Carnivore crunch. Yeah, y'all are slipping because you got a taste of a dessert and now you're adding it to your diet every single day. That's the cold hard truth. Y'all know you don't need carbs. You have carbs because either you're bored with your lifestyle, you're not high quality, you should not eat panko pork rinds every other day. You shouldn't try to make a pizza crust with cream cheese and sour cream, and then you're going to put butter and heavy cream. That's why some of y'all are not losing weight and you're not burning fat for fuel and energy, because you're doing carnivore wrong. Yep. That's my 2 cents that nobody asked for, but that's some truth that many people need to understand. You're going backwards in carnivore. Even some of your carnivore doctors. One doctor who was against coffee is now saying, well, if you drink coffee, you're better than most people. So now he's being a little soft on coffee. Then the other doctor, who's a carnivore doctor, is now talking more ketovore. They're talking more ketovore than carnivore. So a lot of y'all are slipping. You're being infiltrated and influenced to go against carnivore. But you're still calling yourself carnivore. Yeah, don't look at my vest. It's dirty, but guess what? It works. That's it. Your doctors that are carnivore are getting soft as well. They're now accepting all kinds of things. I see doctors that never talked about seasoning talking about their favorite carnivore seasonings. Plants are not carnivore. Let's face it, y'all are getting soft. You're getting weak in your carnivore and you're going backwards. You're sliding backwards down the hill. And like I prophesied that this was going to happen. By the end of this year, people are going to be talking more ketogenic diets. People are going to be talking about more keto. There's always going to be new people into the carnivore lifestyle, right? Because carnivore is a thing. But people are just changing, right? Big creators, small creators are giving a pass now to things that they never gave a pass to before. They have to give a pass now because they're engaging in the behavior that they used to be against. Now they're part of the group that they used to be against. I think about it. I know this is wrong. This is tight and it's right. You're going backward, carnivore. You're going backwards. You're going backwards. And if you think about how early humans performed, early humans were not doing all this stuff. Now y'all making low carb syrups. That's not carnivore. Once you start getting into the sauces and making, I used to make, when I first went low carb, I used to make chicken enchiladas. I used to make a lot of things low carb. But guess what? I grew out of that. I grew out of the creams, the sauces, trying to replicate everything. Now I'm cleaner. Y'all are growing into it. Y'all were once clean, and now you getting dirty. Now you adding stuff that is not carnivore. And I know I'm rambling, but it's okay. So look at your carnivore coaches. Go on YouTube. Everybody, they might have been steak and butter at one time. They might have been whatever. They are bending, they are going backwards, and they are breaking. That's right. And guess what? It's nothing wrong with it. I am ketogenic. I am not carnivore. I eat some of the same things that they eat. Probably higher quality, but I eat it. They're just going backwards. And it's not for fuel or energy. It's not because their body needs it, because they already proven that their body doesn't need carbs. They're going back to carbs simply because they want them. And that's fine. So let go of the carnivore title and just call yourself ketogenic, because that's the real human diet. Like, comment, follow, and share. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. That's it. That's the post. Make today the best day ever on purpose. Love ya. Later.